Hello, and welcome back to my little underwater world of wet pets. I wasn't planning on making a video like this, as this really wasn't done on purpose. I've said in the past that each aquarium is like its own experiment. This is a story of how mine decided to experiment on itself. While we have had our Rose Petal male Betta fish for a year now, I didn't have any videos planned about him, until something happened just the other day. Our boy, named Rajan, had ended up having some swim bladder issues, and the stress didn't help with his fins. I did my best to figure out the cause, and determined it wasn't anything such as parasites or infection. I changed his diet, along with moving him into a little separated tank that I had situated in the corner of my larger community tank. I did this for a few reasons. Turns out the heater in the 5-gallon he was previously in had started acting up, fluctuating lots and not getting up to the right temps. Keeping the little tank in the bigger one meant it would stay the same consistent temperature, just around 80 degrees. It was also easier to monitor his poos and stay on top of water changes. Just vacuum out the poop and refill with recycled water from the larger tank. After doing this, it didn't take long for little Rajan to start feeling better. Swim bladder fixed and fins healing, he was feeling well enough. Well enough to jump the barrier into the larger tank with the rasboras, ember tetras, and neocaridina shrimp. Well, there's a first general no-no. I've mentioned it in previous videos, but shrimps are delicious. It should also go without saying that, for the most part, male bettas can be quite aggressive. However, I have yet to see any loss of shrimps due to getting eaten by any fish I have. I'm not going to say that Betta are shrimp-friendly fish, and I probably wouldn't recommend keeping Betta with neocaridina, as I have seen shrimps become dinner. However, each Betta has its own personality. Rajan has never shown aggression towards any other fish he's been with. The other main reason I decided to make a video is the fact that Rajan is not our only Betta. Meet Kirin, a half-moon male. We got Kirin shortly after getting Rajan. He was originally white when we got him. Kirin has actually lived with neocaridina shrimp since the day we brought him home. He has also never given any issues with aggression, and never attacked any other fish or shrimp. If you have seen my previous video where I combined my nano tanks, you'd know that I have all my shrimp in the same tank now, and you might see where I'm going with this. Kirin has been living in the community tank with the rasbora and tetra too, the same tank that Rajan had just escaped into. I now had 2 male Betta in the same 100-liter tank. When I went to feed the fish breakfast, I saw the little hospital empty, and immediately thought I was in deep water. What had happened to my fish? Turns out he was right below his tank in the main one, along with Kirin. They had seen each other before while separated, but didn't really pay any attention to each other. Now, they were face to face. This is another thing I would not recommend. They are also known as Siamese fighting fish for a reason. But instead of rushing to separate them again, I sat down and watched them. They were displaying for each other, sizing each other up, flaring, then nothing. They just went about their own business. Since the escape, they have been together, just doing Betta things. They aren't really making an effort to avoid each other, but they also don't appear to be very interested in each other. I was honestly kind of dumbfounded at first, expecting my boys to tear each other apart. But it just isn't happening. Most likely due to size, Kirin seems to be the more dominant fish, with Rajan usually just walking away if he comes around. While not unfathomable, I would still advise against getting your feet wet keeping male Betta together. Females are a little different with Betta sororities, but I won't be going into that in this video. For now, I'm going to let them live together in the same planted setup. I spent a lot of time in front of my fish tank already, and will continue to keep watching them closely to make sure things go swimmingly. I do still have a cycled 5-gallon, and if any issues arise, the bettas will be separated. For now, I guess I'll just go with the flow while testing the waters. I will make an update video in the future on how they were doing, or if they need to be separated, so make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want to see how things progress. Hope my humor hasn't been too dry for you. Until next time, thanks for watching.